In the glittering world of Hollywood where smiles are rehearsed and scandals lurk just beneath the red carpet, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds have long stood as a beacon of charm and perfection, with millions of fans worldwide. Their witty online banter, picture-perfect family, and flawless public image made them seem untouchable, almost too good to be true. But what happens when the image starts to crack? What happens when the same industry that once embraced you begins to whisper behind closed doors? That's exactly what appears to be happening now, in a shocking twist that no one saw coming. Several celebrities and insiders are starting to speak up, and the target of their subtle, yet significant criticism none other than Blake and Ryan themselves. This isn't your typical tabloid gossip or clickbait drama, it's something deeper, something more complex. What began as minor social media clues, unfollows, cryptic posts, uncomfortable interviews, is now evolving into a narrative that Hollywood itself can no longer ignore. Sources close to industry insiders suggest a growing discomfort with the power dynamics the couple allegedly holds behind the scenes. From exclusive deals to quiet control over media narratives, there's a new conversation brewing, one that paints the picture of two stars who might have used their influence not just to protect their brand, but possibly to silence or outmaneuver those who challenged it. While these claims remain largely unconfirmed, the sheer number of people now hinting at similar experiences is raising eyebrows. And fans, they're no longer staying quiet either. Social media is ablaze with threads, theories, and timelines. Has Blake Lively been selectively amplifying her career while stifling competition? Did Ryan Reynolds, known for his likability, play a behind-the-scenes role in shaping who gets attention in Hollywood's comedic circles? Are the couple's charitable actions just a cover for controlling narratives that benefit them alone? The truth may still be unfolding, but what's undeniable is that the tide is turning. Celebrities who once laughed at their jokes or praised their family values are now either stepping back or speaking up. People who once stayed silent fearing backlash or career limitations are beginning to share their stories, and the public is watching closely. This isn't just a celebrity drama. It's a reckoning, a mirror reflecting the complexities of fame, influence, and control in the entertainment industry. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds may not be guilty of anything illegal, but they are now facing something perhaps more powerful in today's culture: a demand for accountability. What happens next? That's the question everyone's asking. But one thing's for sure, the days of untouchable Hollywood icons may be coming to an end, and even the brightest stars are no longer immune to the shadows behind them. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, often hailed as Hollywood's golden couple, have long enjoyed a reputation of charm, wit, and family-first values. From their lighthearted social media banter to public appearances filled with love and support, they seemed untouchable, a real-life fairy tale in the midst of celebrity chaos. But beneath the polished image, cracks may have been forming for quite some time. In recent weeks, things have taken a turn, and the very industry that once adored them is now murmuring about something much more serious. It started subtly. Rumblings from behind the scenes, cryptic tweets from fellow actors, and quiet distancing by celebrity friends. Soon a wave of media attention began circling, allegations and legal concerns that neither Lively nor Reynolds directly addressed. Now, as whispers turn into headlines, a number of celebrities seem to be rallying not in support, but in scrutiny. For the first time in their careers, the duo is finding themselves at the center of controversy they can't joke their way out of. What's really happening? Why are celebrities, from former co-stars to industry insiders, speaking out or pulling away? Is this just another overblown internet frenzy, or is something more serious brewing beneath the surface? As the situation gained traction, a noticeable shift took place within Hollywood's inner circles. Several personalities, some big, some lesser known, started making pointed remarks in interviews and podcasts. While no one directly named Blake or Ryan, at first the implications were clear. The tone was no longer playful. It was cautious, even concerned. A prominent director known for working with both stars on a romantic comedy shared a moment from set that at the time he brushed off, but now in retrospect he claims it didn't sit right. Another A-list actress, who once shared the screen with Reynolds, unfollowed both Lively and Reynolds on social media and began reposting cryptic quotes about standing with survivors and no longer staying silent for the sake of fame. Even Justin Baldoni, who has been central in recent Hollywood reform conversations, seemed to allude to industry figures who weaponized their kindness while playing the victim behind closed doors. Fans quickly began connecting the dots. The shift from subtle to obvious came when a well-respected television writer revealed anonymously to a trade publication that certain stars had used their influence to silence small voices, a statement that sent fans and media into a frenzy, with speculation immediately targeting the famous couple. One of the biggest reasons Blake and Ryan have remained relatively unscathed in their careers is their brilliant control over their public image. With carefully curated interviews, family-focused narratives, and frequent charitable actions, they managed to build a nearly bulletproof brand, but that very brand is now under intense scrutiny. Industry analysts suggest that part of the couple's success came not just from their talent, but from a well-maintained PR strategy that may have involved gatekeeping, selective media access, and influence over certain narratives. While none of these strategies are inherently unethical in Hollywood, the problem begins when that influence is allegedly used to shut down criticism or create an uneven playing field. Insiders now suggest that some rising stars may have found themselves blocked from opportunities or quietly pushed aside due to their conflict with the power couple's team. A few brave voices have now stepped forward, stating that they were advised not to speak negatively about either Lively or Reynolds or risk never being invited to work in those circles again. While these statements are currently unverified, the sheer volume of similar stories emerging is raising eyebrows. It begs the question, has the likable charm of Hollywood's favorite couple masked a system of control that went unnoticed for far too long? The rally isn't just happening behind closed doors anymore. Several celebrities have subtly thrown their weight behind what some fans are calling a quiet accountability movement. While no one has outright accused Blake or Ryan of any criminal wrongdoing, the cultural climate is clearly shifting. More actors, writers, and influencers are calling for transparency, equal opportunity, and a break from celebrity worship. A viral podcast episode by an outspoken industry figure even titled one of their episodes "When Stars Shine Too Bright to See the Shadows," featuring discussions about favoritism and protective media machines. Though they didn't name anyone, the timing and references were unmistakable. Even platforms like TikTok and X, formerly Twitter, are playing a role in this public reawakening. Threads titled "The Blake and Ryan Distraction" or "Let's Talk About Who Really Holds Power in Hollywood" have amassed millions of views. Meanwhile, celebrity gossip sites are flooded with previously unpublished stories and anonymous reports, each one painting a picture of discontent within the very circles where the couple once reigned supreme. Some fans remain loyal, arguing that the backlash is baseless and fueled by envy. Others, however, are calling for a deeper look at the dynamics of influence, control, and privilege in Hollywood. And as the list of celebrities quietly distancing themselves grows, it's getting harder to ignore that something significant is shifting. For Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, the road ahead is unclear. They have not publicly addressed the allegations, nor have they engaged with the growing discourse around their alleged behavior. Their social media remains polished and distant, perhaps waiting for the storm to pass. But in 2025, the audience isn't as easily distracted. Silence, once a strategy of choice, is now interpreted as avoidance. Fans and followers expect accountability, whether that means acknowledgement, clarification, or change. The couple's professional commitments are also being watched closely. Upcoming projects are under scrutiny, with insiders suggesting that some collaborations are being reconsidered behind the scenes. Streaming platforms and studios are cautious, wary of public backlash or association with unresolved controversies. If Blake and Ryan choose to respond, it could change the narrative. A sincere, transparent acknowledgement of the concerns, even if only to deny or clarify, might stop the speculation from spinning further out of control.